Hi there, hope you're doing good. So here I am with this Google Sheet workflow automation. And in this automation, we have three different steps as described in here. So the step number one will be transferring the data from OTB tab to OTBD1. As you are very much familiar with this, so I have some reservation with that. For example, if we will transfer the data from OTB to OTBD1, it will override the data from on the OTBD1. Whatever the data is available on already on the OTBD1, that will get override. So I think the first step should be the transfer of data from one tab to the next one, so that we can have the data transferred from OTBD1 to OTBW1. And initially on the step 3, you just wrote OTB to OTBW1, but I think it should be OTBD1. Please confirm that too. Okay, having said that, so let's go step by step. So for the step number 1, we are transferring the data with the button 1, OTB to OTBD1. So this is working fine. So let me show you. So this is currently OTB. I have wrote under the tab OTB D6, and on the OTB D1, we have OTB D1. So if I am going to press the transfer data from OTB to OTB D1, you will see OTB in here instead of D1. So if I'll press this button, which is the step number 1. All right, the script got completed. Let's go to the OTBD1, and here you will see the data has transferred, which is from the OTB. So you can see these both headings are same. So I'm going to undo so that I can have the data back for the OTBD1. All right, I've got this data back. Just undo. Okay, so for the step number 2, to copy the data from the to the OTB from a Google Sheet, which is this one. And here you can see we have this menu. So we have to enter few elements from which file within this folder, which is this one. In this folder, we have some files, and currently you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 files, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 files. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this update list, and this button is going to pull all the listing of the files from the other sheet into this one. All right. Let me make a copy of this file. Okay, let me rename this file so that for the quick session, okay, we have a copy. Let me make it 2025. And yeah, this is another copy of. So I'm going to click on this update list. And here currently we have 4 files. The update is complete, and now you can see more than 4 files. So 2025 data file, yeah, here it is. So this is how you can update the list of the file if you are unable to see. So for the data data transfer from Google Sheet to OTB, you need to first select the file from which you want to transfer the data. So I'm going to select this Blue Avenue Stats. And if I'll open this Blue Avenue Stats, you'll see the data is in this range on the export tab, which is I'm considering as tab number 1. So yeah, there is another thing is that if you are using multiple clients, multiple sheets to pull the data in, um, do we have the tab name export in all of the sheets, or I can find the first tab data? So if there are multiple tabs, I'll be expecting that the first tab is the one from where we are going to pull the data. And initially we agreed that we are going to pull the data from the name to the data, all the green side with some values in it. But I can see some discrepancy in it. So let me show you that. So if we are going to pull the data in here, we have from just before the data from January 1st, we have 2 columns. One is descriptive name and this other one is the total value. Whereas on the BlueStack data, we have a descriptive name, then abbreviation, and then this one. So this column is extra on this sheet. So I'm not going to pull the data from here. I'm going to pull the data from 1st January, and we can discuss for this part. Do we have all the clients have the setup with the 3 columns, so that we can adjust our code accordingly so that we can pull the first column, skip the second column, then pull the third column, and then rest of the values. Or but for doing before doing that, I'm just pulling the data from here, and we can discuss this part later. All right, so for this part, I'm going to click on this, Control Shift right and down, and here is the range. So F3 to NG26. This is the range we want to copy from this Google Sheet, F3 to NG26, into the destination file in the OTB file, OTB tab. So let me delete few of the values from here so that we can see once the file is updated. And the result should be updated on D8. So the file is stats 2024. The data is starting from F3 and ending at NG26. And on the destination tab, which is the OTB tab, we want to paste the data on D8. Let me show you quickly again. So this is, if we click in here, you can see this is D8. So we want to pull. So this will always be the same. I don't think so you are going to make the changes in. And for the same client, I don't think so these will be variable as well. So this, once you have selected all of these, you can click on this GS to OTB. I'll click on it. Let's go to OTB. You can see the file has been updated and we have all the values in it here. So I'm going to go on the right side to find some values in it and make sure if you are getting all the data. Okay, we have some values in these three cells. These last three cells have some values in it. I'm going to go into the control tab and again pull the data from GS to OTB. And let's see, we have some values in here. Yes, we have the values in. So this is working fine. So the second button is also working fine, the third button. So in the third button, we are transferring the data in this sequence from OTB2 to week 2 to week 3, then week 1 to week 2, then D1, OTB D1 to OTB W1, and then OTB to OTB D1. All right. So for this one, we can click on this Shift All tabs. And as you can see, I have added this extra tab, which is OTB week 3 backup file. This is currently empty. So we are not going to override the data on OTB week 3. We will be having this copied over just to be on safe side. So I'll be hiding this tab. So on this tab, we have this name OTBW3. On this tab, we have OTBW2. On this tab, week 1. So we have all the names in this. But once the data is transferred, you will see the OTB3 in somewhere here. And here you will see OTB week 2. And similarly, one tab shifted. So I'm going to click on this. And I'm running this for the first time. I have tested all of these, but running this for the first time. Let's see how it completes. I am expecting the good results. Okay, we have the data transfer on the backup file from the week number 3. On week 3, we should have data from week 2. On week 2, we should have data from week 1. On week 1, we should have data from D1. And on D1, we should have data from OTB. Currently, this one is okay. Yeah, we have the data from OTB. And OTB, we have already pulled the data from the Google Sheet. So this is all done, working fine. Again, regarding this red font, initially it was not here, but I thought that this should be the sequence that the data from OTB D1 should go into the week 1. So I have made this change. And then the only part remaining so far here is what to do with these 3 columns. And yep, I think we need to discuss this part and agree to some point, like maybe you want to pull the, I don't know. Let's discuss this part and then I can complete this as soon as you can get back to me with these instructions or something. So I hope this is what you are looking for, and we have completed it pretty much. Let's clarify the other remaining part and complete it by tomorrow maybe. But again, this is a copy of the file. I haven't touched the original file. So this is the same file which you can always use and have it tested, but I don't want to disturb your data, so I haven't run this scripting on this file, but instead I made a copy of it and then tested those in here. Okay, so this is it from my side. Looking forward for your response. You might be able to see this, but I don't think so we are going to use this. We'll be using the buttons instead. Looking forward for your response. Take care.